our sense of self is key. I mean, being able to go into our knowing, going into ourselves and understanding what we want and what we need. That for me is the work of my life. You know, attaching back to myself. Number one is creating relationship with something bigger than me. I call it light or source or God. Um, that that I have a relationship with. The second thing is understanding who I am, attaching back to myself and healing the insides of my soul. Um, the sense of self is tough because it takes a lot of practice. And for me, I wanted to be what you thought that I should be. And there was a time where I led 3 different lives. I mean, I had people thinking I was different things. This was in my addiction when I was, in the throes of my alcoholism. Was the biggest challenge for me was to make big decisions by myself and like understand what I need. The process that I typically take when doing this is I first either write it out or speak it, because that is like I am starting the process. I speak it out loud, or I tell someone, or I type it out, or I write it on paper. That is like my first way of like making it real. Okay, because it's really scary, whatever that thing is that we're gonna do, or be honest about something. There's like a big shift there. Some big shift is coming. You know you need to do it or want to do it. It's yearning inside of you, and it's like so close, right? The first time that we speak it to someone, this is critical. This is crucial. I am empowering you to ask them and tell them what you need from them. Because sometimes we just want people to listen. Because when we speak it that first time, it is like critical to just have that out in the universe. And if somebody swats it, makes any kind of judgment on it, or questions you, and we're in that like very vulnerable time where we're just trying to attach to ourselves and like really listen to ourselves, that can be so detrimental to us. Before you say this to anybody, before you open up and say what it is that's in your heart that you want to let into the light, say, hey, I'm still working through this. I just need you to listen. Would you listen and not respond, or not give me your feedback, or not give me your opinion, and just let me process this, or let this in the light? If you're anything like me and it's hard to attach to yourself and like really trust yourself and like really go in and say like, yes, this is really what I need to do. I am really sensitive, or I used to be more than I am now, to other people's like opinions and advice on this kind of stuff. And I was so impressionable because I had no sense of self. And it's gotten better, but I can go back and like not be in my power. And so I support you and I empower you to tell people what you need from them during this time. Because it can be so easy to be thrown around and then second guess and then not do it, and then you're not in alignment, and you're self-abandoning, and you're not living in your truth. Here are a few ways that this showed up in my life. Over 15 years ago, I was a raging alcoholic. My life was falling apart. It was really terrible. And I remember saying that I knew that I had a problem, that I knew that I needed to get sober. But at the time, I needed to speak it and I needed to put it in the light. I wasn't quite ready to take action. I just knew that my life was falling apart. I remember when I said out loud for the first time that I knew that I didn't want to be married to my ex-husband anymore. I remember after that marriage, I got into a really toxic, abusive relationship. And I remember the first time that I told one of my best friends that I knew that I needed to leave that relationship and that it was that bad. Recently, I remember calling my mom and telling her that I'd quit my job, quit my corporate job, and was going to start this business, this one right here for you right now. And I was terrified. I was terrified of what she was going to say and what she was going to think. because I was so unsure. I wasn't unsure of what I was doing, but I was unsure of the feelings that I was feeling because there was so much fear and anxiety and oh my God, like this is insane. But I was so sure about what I was doing. But I knew that at that time I had enough wherewithal and enough self-understanding in me that I knew that there was nothing that anybody was going to say to throw me off, but they could doubt me and it would take longer for me to get there. If you want to hear more about this, episode 7 is now live, and it's my friend Ann and I talking about how she does this so beautifully, so beautifully in her life. I'm so excited to share with you that February the 20th, the Wild Embers online course will be launching, will be available. So it is a step-by-step module on how to live an authentic life that lights you up. There is work, there is looking, there is healing, there's so much fun activities and just spending time understanding who you are and healing. And the kicker is attaching to something greater than yourself. You can go to stacyembers.com to sign up for the waitlist. Yay! I promise you that you have everything inside of you to do this. You have everything right inside of you right now. You have all the answers. You have it right there, right? And we're just wrestling with that. And I believe in you. I believe in you. I can't tell you enough how much I believe in you. So I love you.